In retrospect, do you wish that you had put more concrete language into some sort of agreement prior to allowing Theo to begin work in Chicago so that there wasn't such a great divide between what was expected from you and the Cubs?
I think there was a basic misunderstanding between Tom Ricketts and I when we first spoke about it, but that's, that was I really admire Tom Ricketts as an owner. He's one of the best owners in baseball. It's a great organization. We probably had a misunderstanding of what, at least as far as expectation. There was no real agreement. It was just sort of, the best way to explain it is that we probably had different expectations based on the first conversation as to what was transpiring.
We have a saying at the Red Sox, you've heard it before, all's well that ends, period. That's our view about this thing. Yeah, it's all's well that ends, let's move on. Next issue.
Guys, the whole business of the way the season ended, the chicken beer, miscommunications, awkward statements during the postseason in the winter, you guys feel collectively that there's an image that needs to be cleaned up of this organization moving forward?
I would say, I wouldn't put it in the terms you use, but I would say, do we feel individually and collectively that we have something to prove in 2012? I think the players feel that way. I think our manager and coaches feel that way. I know Ben and the baseball ops feel that way, and I can certainly tell you that we at ownership feel the same way. We have something to prove.
Could you both answer that too, please?
Well, I think we said that we accept our share of the responsibility for perhaps not being having a more open door policy. I think that we'll be more present this year. But in the end, I do think more has been written about this than the State of the Union. So we're moving on. This is a new chapter. We've accepted some collective and individual responsibility.
John?
I think they said enough. Is there anything in particular you would like
I just want your thoughts, that's all.
No, I agree with what both Larry and Tom said.
It's a new chapter. It's a new chapter beginning today. This is, for us, we think of this as the beginning. The first day of the 2012 season is today. And when we have this meeting, when everybody's in camp, when the guys really go to work as a unit, and our idea is that let's write this new chapter. Enough has been said about the last chapter.
John, this is a chance to speak to the notion that your attention is more on Liverpool than on baseball now, and your finances and things are going more toward the soccer than the Red Sox. Can you address that?
It's difficult because I'm not here today. I'm somewhere else.
Good answer.
But if I were here, I'd say this is about baseball. Today is about baseball, and with us, every day is about baseball. We have other things too, but every day, pretty much, I think we speak 365 days a year, maybe 364, but virtually every day there's something related to baseball.
Is your eye on the ball as much as it has been, or have you pulled back?
I think that it's been more recently than it has for a while because there's been more to attend to.
You guys,
a lot of changes.
Let's talk a little bit about Ben Cherington and what he's been, and your thoughts on what you knew of him beforehand and how he's been so far.
Ben is off to a flying start. We knew that he would be. He's a solid evaluator. He's a good organizer and leader. We couldn't be more pleased at the fast start that Ben has gotten off to. And the same thing applies to Bobby Valentine. Individually and as a tandem, Bobby has shown enormous energy, zeal, commitment, and the two of them, I think, have worked together beautifully so far. There's a real, what's the right word? I hate to use the word synergy, but there's a real connection. I think that where they bring different skills to the table, and we're very pleased as to how the off season has gone. Now, of course, we're into the real season.
Do you expect them to do you expect Bobby to run a little tighter ship this year than he has?
Again, I don't want to use those words. I mean, each manager has his own style, and it worked for Tito very well in his style. I think Bobby has his own style that was born of years, 20-plus years as a manager in the big leagues and in Japan, and he's got his own philosophies, and I think he'll organize a camp consistent with that. And so, will there be differences? You bet there'll be differences because there are different managers and different coaching staffs.
John, in your view, how much of the factor in Carl Crockett's struggles last year was the fact that he was hitting at the bottom of the order, which is something he'd never done?
No idea.
John, it's been 3 seasons since the team's won a playoff series. Are you concerned about the direction of the organization, or are you satisfied things have been done to change that?
No, I'm not concerned about the direction of the organization. I think we have the right direction. I've heard the term new chapter. I sort of feel like this is the next chapter. And there's a real excitement here in camp. It's palpable. It's not just a new facility. There's a real excitement to be back at it again. And so I'm extremely happy with the leadership of this organization and with the product we're going to have on the playing field and with the general attitude and atmosphere that was evinced this morning in the meeting.
You said before that you've been more involved lately because of the changes. Is that you plan on that continuing to be the case?
Well, we're always involved, but there's been more to do. I think one of the things that we've done over the years is you try to let your general manager do his job, and so you let the CEO do his job because they're eminently qualified to do their jobs, and the manager. So in that regard, there's not a lot to do, but when you're making changes along those lines, there's a lot to do.